Dear Miss laRue, Letters from Obedience School by Mark T. Local dog enters obedience school. Ike laRue is the name of the dog. Citing a long list of behavioral problems, Snort City resident Gertrude laRue yesterday enrolled her dog, Ike, in the Eager Rottweiler Canine Academy. Established in 1953, the academy has a historic of dealing with such issues. "I'm at my wit's end," said Miss laRue. "I love Ike, but I'm afraid he's quite spoiled. He steals food right off the kitchen counter, chases the neighbor's cats, howls whenever I'm away, and last week, while I was crossing the street, he pulled me down and tore my best camel's hair coat. I just don't know what else to do." School officials were unavailable for comment. Dear Miss laRue, how could you do this to me? This is a prison, not a school. You should see the other dogs. They are bad dogs, Miss laRue. I do not fit in. Even the journey here was a horror. I am very unhappy and may need something to chew on when I get home. Please come right away. Sincerely, Ike. October 2nd. Dear Miss laRue, were you really so upset about the chicken pie? You know you might have discussed it with me. You could have said, "Ike, don't eat the chicken pie. I'm saving it for dinner." Would that have been so difficult? It would have prevented a lot of hard feelings. Needless to say, I am being horribly mistreated. You say I should be patient and accept that I'll be here through this term. Are you aware that the term lasts 2 months? Do you know how long that is in dog years? Sincerely, Ike. October 3rd. Dear Miss laRue, I'd like to clear up some misconceptions about the Hibbins cat. First, they are hardly little angels Miss Hibbins makes them out to be. Second, how should I know that they were doing out on the fire escape in the middle of January? They were being a bit melodramatic, don't you think? The way they cried and refused to come down, it's hard to believe they were really sick for 3 whole days. But you know cats. Your dog, Ike. October 4th. Dear Miss laRue, you should see what goes on around here. The way they teach. I mean, Warden Miss Klondike barks orders is shocking. Day after day, I'm forced to perform the most meaningless task. Today, it was sit and roll over all day long. I flatly refuse to roll over. It's ridiculous. I won't do it. Of course, I was severely punished. And another thing, who will help you cross the street when I'm away? You know you have a bad habit of not looking both ways. Think of all the times I've saved you. Well, there was that one time anyway. I must say you weren't very grateful, complaining on how that tiny rip in your radio coat. But the point is, you need me. Yours, Ike. Dear Miss laRue, the guards here are all caught up on this good dog, bad dog thing. I hear it constantly. Good dog, Ike. Don't be a bad dog, Ike. Is it really so good to sit still like a lummox all day? Nevertheless, I refuse to be broken. Miss Klondike was taking away my typewriter. She claims it disturbs the other dogs. Does anyone care the other dogs disturb me? Your Ike. October 6th. Dear Miss laRue, were the neighbors really complaining about my howling? It is hard to imagine. First, I didn't howl that much. You were away those nights, so you wouldn't know, but trust me, it was quite moderate. Second, let's recall that there are the same neighbors who constantly waking me up in the middle of the afternoon with their loud vacuuming. I say we all have to learn to get along. My life here continues to be a nightmare. You wouldn't believe what goes on in the cafeteria. Sincerely, Ike. P.S. I don't want to alarm you, but the thought of escape has crossed my mind. October 7th. Dear Miss laRue, I hate to tell you this, but I am terribly ill. It started in my paw, causing me to limp all day. Later, I felt queasy, so that I could barely eat dinner except for my yummy gravy. Then I began to moan and howl. Finally, I had to be taken to the vet. Dr. Wilfie claims that he can't find anything wrong with me, but I am certain I have an awful disease. I must come home at once. Honestly yours, Ike. October 8th. Dear Miss laRue, thank you for the lovely get well card. I'm still a little surprised that you didn't come get me. I know that Dr. Wilfie says, but is it really wise to take risks on one's health? I could have a relapse, you know. With fall here, I think about all the fine times we used to have in the park. Remember how sometimes you would bring along a tennis ball? How you would throw it and I would retrieve it every time? Except for once when it landed in somewhat nasty and I brought it back with a stick instead. Aw, I miss those old days. Yours truly, Ike. P.S. Imagine how awful it is for me to be stuck inside with my tiny cell. P.P.S. I still feel pretty sick. October 9th. Dear Miss laRue, by the time you read this, I will be gone. I have decided to attempt a daring escape. I'm sorry it has come to this, since I am really a very good dog, but frankly, you left me no choice. How sad it is not to be appreciated. From now on, I'll wander from town to town without a home, or even any dog food, most likely. Such is the life of a desperate outlaw. I will try to write you from time to time as I carry on with my life of hardship and danger. Your lonely fugitive, Ike. The Snort City Register Gazette, October 10th. laRue escapes doggy detention. Former Snort City resident laRue escaped last night from the dormitory in the Igor Brotweiler Canine Academy. The dog is described as toothy by local police. His current whereabouts are unknown. To be honest, I thought he was bluffing when he told me he was planning to escape, said a visibly upset Gertrude laRue, the dog's owner. Ike tends to be a bit melodramatic, you know. Now I can only pray that he'll come back. Asked if she would return to Brotweiler Academy, Miss laRue said that she would have to wait and see. He's a good dog, basically, but he can be difficult. October 11th, somewhere in America. Dear Miss laRue, I continue to suffer horribly as I roam this barren wasteland. Who knows where my wanderings will take me now? Hopefully to some place with yummy food. Remember the special treats you used to make for me? I miss them. I miss our nice, comfy apartment, but mostly I miss you, your sad dog, Ike. P.S. I even miss the Hivens cats, in a way. October 12th, still somewhere. Dear Miss laRue, the world is a hard and cruel place for a stray dog. You would scarcely believe the misery I've endured, so I've decided to return home. You may try to lock me up again, but that is a risk I must take, and frankly, even more than myself, I worry about you. You may not know it, Miss laRue, but you need a dog. Your misunderstood friend, Ike. October 13th. The Snort City Register. Hero dog saves owner. Ike laRue, until recently